Red Bull Racing is in the much-needed rhythm to win back-to-back drivers' titles during the turbo-hybrid era for the first time. Both of their drivers, Verstappen and Perez, are in a good form to win the Constructors' title this year as well, because they are clearly ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes, who can challenge the Red Bull's dominancy in the championship standings. Sergio Perez joined the Red Bull Racing in 2021 as the replacement for Alexander Albon, who was unable to live up to the expectations of the Austrian team. He played the wingman role very well, supporting Verstappen to clinch the maiden driver's title at the end of the 2021 season. But Perez decided to fight for this year's driver's title without continuing his role as a wingman in the Milton Keynes-based team. Perez will drive alongside with Dutchman until the end of the 2024 season after signing a contract extension with the team recently. Media demanded some kind of rivalry within the Red Bull team after Sergio Perez's statement regarding his intention to fight for this year's championship after the Spanish GP. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner and Max's father Joe Verstappen had some heated comments after the Monaco GP, as they don't prioritize his son during the race. But things are not going as the media wishes, and let's explore what is going on within the Red Bull team after the development of the latest rivalry between Mexican and Dutchman. During the Spanish Grand Prix, Sergio Perez was clearly ahead of Max Verstappen and was in the best position to win the race. But team orders swapped the track positions of Perez and Verstappen with the intention of maximizing the championship lead with Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc. Then, Sergio Perez openly criticized the team orders, citing that Red Bull broke the promise to allow him to fight for the 2022 driver's title. Then, a discussion was held between the Red Bull administration and the Mexican driver, finally allowing Perez to fight for the championship. Then, Checo was able to win the Monaco Grand Prix after displaying some quality performances in the narrow streets of Monte Carlo, pushing himself to the second position in the championship standings. Another 1-2 finish for Red Bull was at the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, reducing the gap between Perez and Verstappen. So, everyone expected a more heated-up battle between the Red Bull teammates, which will be a hot topic for Netflix's Drive to Survive series. But the things are different from the expectations, and Sergio Perez admired the performance of his teammate, who he believes to be one of the best in history in Formula One. Max is very good, and he is a very complete driver, explained Perez. He is without a doubt one of the best in the history of Formula One, if not the best, for everything, for his education, and because he has things that other Formula One drivers do not have. The special thing about Max is the ease of going to the limit. Max goes to the limit from the first lap. Every change he makes to the car is important, and it's not that he changes his conditioning style, he always goes to the limit. The difference is always a corner. It is a level that demands a lot as a driver. Despite the great skill set of his teammate, Perez has found himself more closely able to challenge the reigning world champion Verstappen in 2022 than in their first year as teammates, and currently sits P2 in the World Championship standings. This year, we are already very comparable, the Monaco Grand Prix winner said. To be working as a team at that level is very good, but it is a level that demands a lot as a driver. Before the British GP, Perez thought that both of the team's cars will have updates in time for the event, though Perez claims that they are not expecting radical changes from these. The three-time race winner feels confident that he and Verstappen are both aiming to develop the RB18 in the same direction. Every weekend, we are giving our feedback, and generally, we are going in the same direction, Max and I, Perez added. So, I think we are pushing in the same direction on the same things on the car. A victory in the Canadian Grand Prix didn't push him ahead of Verstappen, but it might help to close the gap between him and the championship leader. But early retirement for Perez resulted to lose some important points in his pursuits of Verstappen. But the last race in Silverstone was a consolatory one for Perez, even though it is not a good one for Verstappen. Verstappen started the race in second position, behind Carlos Sainz, and both of them had a very good start after the restart due to the huge collision during the first lap of the race. But he was dropped to P7 due to the damage that hobbled his Red Bull. He had a tough battle at the latter part of the race with Mick Schumacher, who scored the first point of his F1 career, but managed to secure P7. Behind Sainz and Verstappen, a tight battle was between Perez and Leclerc at the opening rounds. At one stage, Perez was in an attacking position against his teammate while threatening Carlos Sainz as well. When fighting for the P3 at turn 4, Leclerc and Perez collided, damaging the Mexican's front wing. So he had to enter the pit lanes to repair his front wing, and he was dropped from P4 to P17 within that short time span. But he showed his caliber by displaying a great recovery drive from P17 to P2, collecting some important points to his championship battle. He had to stay within a set of medium tires for over a mammoth 35-lap stint before pitting with new fresh tires during the safety car session at lap number 39. With a fresher set of tires, he was able to pass Leclerc and Hamilton, bringing a podium finish for Red Bull. It was getting difficult towards the end of the stint, keeping that pace, trying to open a bit of a window to Fernando and Lando, trying to get the window on them, and then when the safety car came out, it meant we were in P4, so it was a good chance. Then it was an epic final lap. Those laps really reminded me of the Junior Series, where we're all racing and having a lot of fun. Those final laps were a great fight with Lewis. It had been so long since we had a good fight, so it was great to have him back, and also with Charles. He was very aggressive, but fair, and I'm sure the fans enjoyed it. It was unfortunate with Charles on the first lap. There was not much room for 3 cars, and unfortunately, I took the worst part of it. I got front wing damage, which on these cars, it's said, it doesn't affect that much. But for me, I had no front end, so I was forced to pit, and basically, I went all the way to last and just recovered from there lap after lap. At some point, I was looking like a P4, P5, and then we got in the mix for the podium, and we just went for it. Perez said after the race. He is still second in the championship standings, 34 points behind Verstappen. Their next assignment is in Austria, which is the home country of energy drink giant Red Bull. But the Red Bull Ring is not a lucky venue for Perez, and P6 is the best finish for Perez so far in this beautiful countryside track. Let's see what happens in Austria next race weekend, and pray for Perez to have a much improved performance in Red Bull Ring with his RB18.